Guys, Wayne Rooney. Now, not we'll be here talking about him for the whole time. From 16 to now, amazing footballer. Time catches up with everyone. He's not what he used to be, and he is surplus somewhat to requirements at United. Like I just said, he is. When we talk about wonder kids, I do think I don't know why. I mean, he's the best example of a wonder kid. Yeah, you can name Ronaldo and all of these guys who worked hard, but he came from Everton, 16-year-old, killed us, and done his thing for Everton. 30 million for a 16, 17, however old he was, to United. Fulfilled his potential, won everything that he could at club level. The only question mark the guy could have over his career is that he has been poor internationally. And I do think for a number of years, England could have done without him because I do think he was somewhat coach's son in that him playing means other players can't play and you have to change the side for him. I did also think that at United. But yeah, more to the point, time catches up with everyone. He's in the latter stages of his career. At the start of the year, Jose was like, he remains a big part of my plans, etc. And slowly by slowly, he's going about phasing him out. The language has changed. When you consider that the agent and Jose were actually seen together at the hotel, clearly Rooney wants to play football. Part of me thinks he's willing to accept a bit part role because he has had similar comments when he said it. I did see an article where he said something like, a younger me would have been more frustrated. So that shows you that because he's been playing forever, he could be forgiven for thinking he's invincible, but he's somewhat come to realize that he can't play every game and he's not going to be the first name on the team sheet. Now, in regards to what I just said, Jose probably wants to move him on, but Rooney, in the sense, it is harder to move Rooney on in the sense that, yeah, on quality, there's been worse players that have been moved on. It's nothing to do with quality. He's past it, but he can still do a job for someone. It's wages. I mean, he's not the player to. He's on what 300k. He's not. No one is gonna sign none. Well, the top clubs definitely have no need for Rooney. Like they're not gonna sign that. The teams that could pick him up, the likes of Everton, etc., etc., he's going to need to dramatically drop them wage demands. Probably get half of that, if anything, and maybe it's made up via bonuses, or United can agree to pay something for a certain period. Who knows? There's also China. He was linked with China. I can't see him going to China. I mean, Rooney in China, but you can't rule anything out. Maybe he wants to do it. Maybe even America. Who knows? He probably won't get as much money as he could in China, but if he wants to make money, he's accomplished everything. He's a household name. I really like Rooney. He's dealt with a lot of critics in his career. Some even say he hasn't reached his full potential of things, and that speaks volumes. Maybe he hasn't because of how he's played forever and stuff. And you look at Cesc Fabregas and these guys, especially what a footballer puts yourself. What I mean by Cesc is that these guys have been playing from 16. You think about what it puts your body through, the stress, the injuries, the constant playing. It takes a lot out of you being a footballer and all of that. And he was somewhat a boy in a man's body for a lot of his early stages of his career. So he has suffered from wear and tear, and he can be forgiven for being quite jaded. So you've got concerns over his body, you've got concerns over his wages. Could anyone pick him up? That's probably the hardest transfer if true, and if United do want to move him on, to move on for the reasons I've just listed. But the guy needs respect. I mean, isn't he closing in on if I can't remember. I haven't done my research at this moment in time, but I'm pretty sure he's either closing in or has United got a record goal scorers in England, record goal scorers or something like that. Again, if he hasn't closed on, he's very close. Won everything at club career, club career. Only question mark can be internationally, because if you look at the goals he scored for England, none of them have been against relevant teams or in relevant circumstances. So yeah, that's the only question mark. But the guy has done it all. He's repaid his fee, the 30 million. He's a household name. He's what people fail to understand. Through the 16-year-old to until recently, the last couple of years, he's gone through about many different, but different stages of the United side, and still managed to stay relevant. Whether he was initially through the middle, whether he moved over to the left, and you saw him with that exciting partnership with who I can't remember who played through the middle, but definitely Ronaldo and Rooney. You look at the 06, the 07s, the 08s, etc. Even down to 09 when they destroyed us at the Emirates. Rooney deserves a lot of respect. If Rooney was not English and he was Ronaldinho or Rooney Lacaelia or something, people would be writing statements about him because they're crapper legends and lesser household names that are being paraded around footballing world, and people are quite frankly crying. So Rooney deserves respect. It's important not to remember the Rooney that is around now, the one that's, let's just be honest, past it. He's still got something to offer. He's shown he can still score goals, but he is somewhat past his he is past it, and he's definitely past his previous standards. But people need to put respect on the man's name, respect on Rooney's name. There's not a team he hasn't scored against in England. There's not a team he hasn't destroyed. He's turned up in big games. He scored some worldies. He's a household name. He's been consistent from 16 until up until recently. Put respect on his name. I mean, there comes a time when everybody has to move on, and he probably does look like that. Who knows? Maybe they keep him and he accepts a lesser role, and he, in somewhat, you know, of course they're not the same age, but somewhat how Giggs accepted a lesser role in that. Fergie knew how to use him. You'll play certain games, you'll play here and there. You won't play here, you won't be selected there, but you're still generally a valued member of the side. If I'm Rooney, on one hand, I'd want to take that, but on the second hand, I'd want to play because I'm proud and I'm Wayne Rooney. I'd want to play. And on one hand, on another hand, if I had free, I'd want to get paid, man. I'd want to get paid. Like me, I don't know if I'd sign to go China, and I can't see Rooney doing it, but it is an option I'd keep open. I mean, China for a year, make a lot of money, retire comfortably, because that's what it's all about. I mean, when it's all said and done and you retire, yeah, people will see you and salute you and be like, Rooney, and you might get on Soccer AM, or you might get some TV appearances, or you might get some presenting work or whatever, but it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be the money that you're getting, and he has to look after his family. He has a chance to, well, he probably already has secured, he's got houses all over the world, he has secured his kids' futures and possibly his grandkids, but this is to ensure even generations and that no one else goes broke. And what people forget is this guy came from Liverpool, one of the toughest areas, used to not having stuff. Who knows how his life would have went if he didn't make it in the professional game. But not to waffle, guys. Wayne Rooney, keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. I'm out, guys.